YouTube? It's Worldwide Cube number 3. We're in Lexington, Massachusetts. And this morning, it's about 7 a.m. and we're preparing for a charter flight. We're going to be out of here in about 3 hours. And I wanted to show you guys just the process that I go through preparing for a charter flight, what I do to get ready, and kind of how that whole pre-flight process goes into play when preparing for a trip. Not necessarily just general aviation like a 172 flight, and kind of how it differs. So first off, we're going to take a look at our flight plan here. I've got our flight plan with flightplan.com, FLT plan. Took off the top just to not show you the tail number, but this is a really cool website. If you've never seen this website, it's really cool. I think you can get a free account. Our company has one, and you put in your tail number. You can save the performance of the airplane, and it'll give you different altitudes, winds aloft at different points along your route, and then the estimated fuel burn. As you can see, we've got like 340, 300, 280, 260 with different fuel burns, and then we have different waypoints and all their locations, the fuel burn, the time to those waypoints, and that's all done. So that's really, really nice. And then it also gives you the field elevation, ATIS, tower, ground frequencies, everything for the airport we're going to, and the same thing up top. And it gives us all our information of where we're going, time, fuel burn, speed, etc., etc. So flightplan.com is pretty freaking cool. It takes a lot of the guesswork and a lot of that pre-flight planning out of the process. So once we've got that, the flight plan is done. It looks like we're gonna burn about 1,200 pounds of fuel. So we can plan that for the day. And then I've got a trip sheet on another tab, and I'm not gonna show you guys that just because there's passengers' names and stuff, and that's confidential to them. That's their private information. But it looks like we've got a 170-pound passenger and a 120-pound passenger today. And we're going to burn about 1,200 pounds of fuel. So next step, we're gonna come over to our weight and balance app. We have an app called APG iPreflight that we use. Some charter companies, other operators might use this. If you do use the app, let me know, leave a comment, or if you use something else or have any tips or suggestions as far as weight and balance goes, feel free to comment and leave below. But I'll show you guys this. So we've got our estimated time of departure, airport, what we're flying, and this is already done. This is what it's gonna look like when it's done. Normally the performance and weight and balance will be blank, but basically how it works is you'll create a flight from point A to point B. You go to performance, and then you start to fill this out. Cool flight plan. Flight plan's pretty awesome, Pablo. It's yeah, it just makes it so easy. Here is iPreflight, and the easiest way to do this is you go weather, and it'll load the weather conditions. So we'll just go use, and I actually have to update this because I did this last night. So once you do this, it'll plug in all the weather informations currently based on the METAR for where you're at. And then there's this cool little wind icon here. And so you'll see the wind on the different runways. So it looks like there's a 4-knot wind, and then it'll give you the headwind and crosswind component, which is really cool. So they're most likely using 29. 29 is what we landed on last night. So we'll expect 29. So runway 29 is in there. It's got everything. Flap 15 degrees is normal. So we'll go next here. And then we have our location we're going to. Again, we'll load the weather and load that up, and we'll see what the wind vector is doing here. It looks like it's calm. So it might 6 is the longest runway. I just planned for 6 there, and we can change this as time goes on or if another runway is in use. So we'll plan on runway 6, and I'll go next. And then we have our ramp fuel. So I know we landed with about 3,800 pounds of fuel. So we're gonna leave that number as is, and our fuel burn, like I said, was 1,200 pounds. So we'll go next. And then this is based on the different temperatures at the 2 different airports and the load factor. So normally you just press the middle one. The middle one will factor the -7 and -9 degrees. It's freaking cold, and all the pressure and temperature for those 2 airports. So we'll go ahead and select the middle one, and then this is where all the load happens. So this is super easy to do weight and balance on. Literally, you just click a spot, and you can edit it. So bags in the front, we're probably gonna have about 50 pounds or so with our pilot bags. and then 175, 190, that's me, and then we've got our 170 and 120 passengers right there. And then I just factored, to be conservative, 150 pounds in the back. And then you can, of course, tap any section of the airplane and change things around. So 150 is pretty conservative if they have a lot of bags, and then it'll give you all your weights. So your basic empty weight, zero fuel weight here, taxi weight, takeoff limit, landing weight. So we're gonna be about 1,000 pounds of spare on takeoff limit, and we'll land with 800 pounds of room on our landing limit. So and then it'll give us all the green numbers, our CGs there. So we're all within where we need to be, and we'll just click release. And that is how easy it is for the flight plan and weight and balance. Literally super, super simple with APG iPreflight and the flight plan app. And now that we have that, I can go into ForeFlight here and plan our route. This should be our routing that was given on the flight plan from KBED to KABE, going to Allentown today. And then I'll just kind of check out those airports, look at the plates, the approaches, the arrivals, see what's going on. We've got that runway 6, looks like, and runway 24, longest runway, 7,599 feet. Lehigh Aviation, which is going to be the FBO we're going to. So if we land 6, we'll make a right turnoff, probably cross 31 and over to Lehigh. So we'll note that information. And let's check the METAR over there. Winds calm, sky clear right now, and it's 19 degrees, freaking cold. TAF. So it should be pretty clear. No need to worry, hopefully, about shooting any approaches or anything. And lastly, we'll check some NOTAMs. See if there's any NOTAMs. 1331 closed today. So, yep, we won't be using that runway. Obstacle, crane, TFR, that's old. Cool. Boom, boom. So now we've checked the NOTAMs, checked the weather. We know what's going on. We've done the weight and balance. We've done the flight plan. We've got the trip manifest. We know what we're going to, who the passengers are. I'll note their names to make sure we can greet them by name. The little things, so you're not guessing around who your passengers are in the FBO. Oh, you going here? Don't want to do that. So now we know who we're taking, how much they weigh, the weight and balance is done, flight plan is done, and we're pretty much all set here. So I'm gonna get dressed and get ready to roll out. And so let me guys know what you think about that process. A lot of these apps and stuff, modern technology, it's super, super easy to do flight planning, and especially in charter work, it gets difficult because you're on the go so fast. Destinations change, trips change all the time. So it's back and forth, and it's a lot of guesswork. So the quicker you can do things on the fly in a successful and proactive manner, really, really helps. Super cool and easy. Thank you. So let me guys know what you think. Safe flying, always pre-flight. Preparing or failing to prepare is preparing to fail. So you got to make sure you 100 all the time when you're ready to go flying. All right, guys. Soar to your full potential. Have a great day. Have a great Friday. Friday it is, so it's almost the weekend. Take care and be great. See ya.